Ladies and gentlemen, The Legend of Zelda is such a popular gaming series that it has inspired a whole nother category of gaming, and I'm talking about Zelda clones. And a lot of these games are actually pretty good. I would even go so far as to say some of them are amazing. So in today's video, I'm going to break down the top 10 Zelda clones on Nintendo Switch. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Yeah, so Zelda is the reason I fell in love with gaming. Beating Ocarina of Time for the first time, I knew I had stumbled onto something special and I knew I would be a gamer moving forward. Now we have Zelda clones. So I was curious, how popular is Zelda? And I asked you guys on the community tab on YouTube, and yeah, a bunch of you guys have played Zelda games. Now we have Zelda clones, and a lot of them are actually really good, and the Switch is full of them. So we're going to break down the best ones, but first, make sure you hit a like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram so we can keep this community growing. I'm getting very close to 200 followers on Instagram, and I would love for you guys to help me get that goal. And yeah, let's just go ahead and get right into this video. One of the best Zelda clones of all time, in my opinion, is Immortals Fenyx Rising. This actually became one of my favorite games I've ever played on the Switch. This is heavily inspired by Breath of the Wild, but it's an amazing game. If Breath of the Wild never came out, I feel like this game would be held in way higher regard. It's just such a charming and amazing game. It's just a really good adventure you go on, and it tackles like Greek gods and mythology, and there's a lot of humor in it, and the gameplay is awesome. I've actually beat this entire game 2 times. Some of the puzzles and the shrines, or whatever you want to call them in here, are so freaking good. This is probably my favorite Ubisoft game of all time. Immortals Fenyx Rising is a must-play Switch game for Zelda fans or not. This is truly one of my favorite games I've ever played on the Switch. Like I can't say it any other way. It's amazing. So a series that is inspired by multiple Zelda games is Oceanhorn. And the first one is Oceanhorn, Monsters of the Uncharted Seas. And you can see easily that this is inspired maybe by like Wind Waker Zelda, or maybe some 2D Zelda kind of like mixed in. It's actually really freaking good, man. I believe Oceanhorn games were originally made by Apple. I could be mistaken. I think there's some of the most underrated games on the Switch as well. It's just a really good adventure, and I think the puzzles are great, the gameplay is great, the story is good, the graphics are beautiful. I love how the colors pop and they're so vibrant. But if you're looking for more of a new, modern take on Zelda, well then we have Oceanhorn 2, Knights of the Lost Realm. It's so freaking good. I remember seeing an ad for this game and saying it was coming to Apple Arcade, and I was like, damn, I want to play this. I'm never going to play it on Apple Arcade. The moment it came for the Switch, it was an instant buy for me. I think it's a great Zelda clone that takes on its own elements and adds to it, and it really does enhance the game that you're getting here. Again, the graphics look great, and yeah, I think this is another must play for any fan of Zelda. So a game that is 100% highly inspired by Zelda is Tunic. Essentially, it's Link, but he's a fox. And on the surface level, you'd think, okay, this is just another Zelda clone. Yeah, it's that, and insanely freaking hard. I've seen people say this is like a Zelda mixed with like a Souls-like game, and I would have to agree 100%. This game gets tricky. The puzzles are insanely difficult. There's like an ancient made-up language in this game, so you don't really understand anything. Like you'll find a sign or some maps, and you don't know what the hell it says. And yeah, you'll see a theme in this video. All these games are must-play games. This is a game that I would highly recommend to anybody. Just a fan of great games, puzzle games, Zelda games, anything, you're gonna enjoy Tunic. So definitely check this one out. So a game that inspired this entire video is Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion, and this is such an amazing, charming, thought-provoking, weird game that is obviously inspired by Zelda games. And fun fact, we're playing this on stream right now together. The link is down below on Twitch. Come hang out. We were playing this and people in chat were like, you should make a Zelda clone video. That's how all this came about. So come hang out with the community. But yeah, you're a turnip who owes Mayor Onion like $140,000 in back taxes, and you have to become an errand boy and you have to pay off your debt. The story is insane and weird and wacky, but the gameplay's fun. It gets hard. On stream, I keep dying from this boss over and over. Like, it's a real Zelda clone. Yeah, it's just so freaking fun. Like I said, we're playing it on stream and everybody's having a great time. The music is good, the graphics are good, the gameplay is amazing. This is a must-play Zelda clone. The next game I want to talk about is Death's Door. This actually showed up in one of my recent top 10 Switch games videos. When I was making that video, I was like, this kind of reminds me of Zelda. And, well, now it's in this video. Reaping souls of the dead and punching a clock might get monotonous, but it's honest work for a crow. The job gets lively when your assigned soul is stolen and you must track down a desperate thief to a realm untouched by death, where creatures grow far past their expiry and overflow with greed and power. Essentially, you're a crow and you just gotta take care of business. Very, very fun concept, right? It's funny, it's like, there's all these Zelda clones, and they're like, alright, we gotta switch up something here. Tunic, we'll make him a fox. This one, we'll make him a crow. I know, they're not just Zelda clones, and a lot of people worked hard on these games, but it is funny. That being said, this game is so freaking phenomenal. I just think it's very, very special. It's one of those games that invoke a feeling in you, and you just feel that you're onto something great, and you know that you're playing something special while you're playing it, and you know when you're done, you're gonna have a great memory to look back on. Death's Door is exciting, and it's different. It falls into the category of a Zelda clone, but I don't want it to be overshadowed by that. This is just a great game that everybody needs to play. The next game we're going to talk about is called Bluefire. A dark world awaits. Travel through the perished world of Penumbra to explore unique areas filled with diverse enemies, sharp 3D platforming challenges, quests, collectibles, and more. In this game, you'll embark on an extraordinary journey through a desolated kingdom and discover the hidden secrets of this long forgotten land. Explore mystical temples, encounter survivors, and take on strange quests to collect valuable items. Along your adventure, slash your way through daunting adversaries, roam across mysterious and abandoned regions, leap through deadly traps, and ultimately master the art of movement. I absolutely love the setting of this game. It's like kind of dark and eerie, but you just want to explore every corner. It kind of reminds me maybe of like Twilight Princess a little bit, just like the darkness of it. But again, this is a game that I don't want to be overshadowed by the title of a Zelda clone. These are phenomenal games. They just happen to have the same characteristics as a Zelda game. But all of these games are amazing on their own, and Bluefire is a 100% must-play game for fans of any genre. Now, we're going to talk about a game called CrossCode. This game has a fast-paced combat system, 16-bit Super Nintendo-style graphics with butter-smooth physics, engaging puzzle mechanics served with a gripping sci-fi story. CrossCode is all about how it plays. Take the best out of two popular genres, find a good balance between them, and make a great game. That's what CrossCode does. You get the puzzles of Zelda-esque dungeons and are rewarded with great variety of equipment you know and love from RPGs. In my opinion, this reminds me of like an old Zelda game, like the Link's Awakening era, mixed with maybe like one of the first Final Fantasies or Monster Hunters or something. That's what people want. I've always wanted that myself. A mixture of a real RPG and a Zelda game, and take it back to the Super Nintendo era. There's nothing else I can want in a game like this. That's what we want, right? We want a good game that can serve every kind of gamer. And this is going to do that job for everybody. Definitely check this one out. So a game that actually is like a Zelda clone is Darksiders. And the way somebody described this is like, it's just an edgy Zelda game. And at first I was like, I don't know. And then I looked into it and I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what Darksiders is. An edgy Zelda game. Deceived by the forces of evil into prematurely bringing about the end of the World War, you stand accused of breaking the sacred law by inciting a war between heaven and hell. In the slaughter that ensued, the demonic forces defeated the heavenly host and laid claim to the earth. I love games that are set in like this kind of setting. There's a bunch of games that do it. Darksiders does it right. There's no other way for me to explain this. It's just a dark and edgy Zelda-esque game. It's full of action. It may not be for the younger audience, but that's okay. Not everything is for everybody. Again, a game that I don't want to be overshadowed by calling it a Zelda-esque game. And people can even make the argument that it's not, and I have no pushback against that, but this is my list, and I get to say what the hell I want. So it is in this video, but yeah, I just think people need to play these games. They're amazing. And on the Switch, it's called the War Mastered Edition, so I believe it has like some extra content added in, so yeah, it's a no-brainer. And the last game we're going to talk about is called Blossom Tales: The Sleeping King. This is another game that has shown up in a previous video, I believe, because I remember talking about it, but it's going to show up in this video as well. Just off the graphics alone, you are immediately reminded of an old like Super Nintendo Zelda game, and yeah, that's one of the best eras of gaming of all time. They hold up the best. Explore a vast open world in a classic action-adventure fashion as Lily, Knight of the Rose. Slash your way through monster-infested dungeons to save the Kingdom of Blossom from eternal darkness. Collect unique weapons, spells, and items during your journey to take down powerful bosses and solve clever puzzles. Be part of a vivid, dynamic story passed down from your grandfather to grandchildren by influencing the course of events yourself. I have recommended this game before, and I will recommend it again. It is special, it is timeless, it is charming, it is amazing. The music, the graphics, the gameplay, it's all 10 out of 10. And I just hope somebody watches this video ends up playing this game, because I just want more people to experience great games. And yeah, if you play this one, you're gonna say, well, thanks, Mr. Robot Joe. And I'm here from the future to tell you, you're welcome. Down below, let me know your favorite Zelda-inspired game. I would seriously love to hear your recommendations, your opinions, your thoughts, anything you would like to say. Start a conversation. And remember, we're streaming on Twitch. I actually just made Twitch affiliate. I completely just forgot. Guys, thank you so much. We're officially a Twitch affiliate now. It's amazing. I'm a YouTube partner and a Twitch affiliate. This is all so surreal to me. It's all possible to you guys, so thank you so much. Down below is a link. Come hang out. You guys know me. I'll see you with a new video soon. Peace out.